Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a fascinating blueprint from our source material, a definitive, five-stage process that's literally designed to help you escape the rat race. If you've ever felt like you're working your absolute hardest but getting nowhere, you're in the right place. We're going to visually walk through the exact steps you need to take to shift from just surviving to achieving true, lasting financial freedom. Let me ask you something directly. Are you ambitious, but lately you just kind of feel, well, lazy? Trust me, you are absolutely not alone in this. It is an incredibly frustrating feeling. Your head is racing with all these big ideas, you want to build a great life, but then you look at your daily reality and watch it just flatline into this predictable, totally uninspiring routine where nothing actually changes month after month. Okay, let's dive into this. Because the source drops this bold, totally counterintuitive claim right out of the gate. You're not actually lazy. What you're experiencing isn't some character flaw at all. It's the natural result of being trapped. You're trapped in a societal system that is fundamentally designed to keep you spinning your wheels, convincing you that slow, agonizing progress is the only valid way to live. To get out of this trap, we're climbing the source's exact five-step ladder today. 1. The trap of stagnation. 2. Igniting your financial engine. 3. Accelerating with the 3 C's. 4. Expanding wealth through assets. And 5. Achieving true financial mastery. So let's start right at the bottom rung. Stage 1. The trap of stagnation. Just look at the sheer scale of the macroeconomic environment we're dealing with here. $36 trillion. That's the current national debt clock, and it is ticking up by the second. The source uses this staggering figure to make a really foundational point. Modern society is basically built entirely on a system of debt. Because of this, we're seeing a massive shift in economic power. There's a huge rise in renting instead of owning. The source even points to geopolitical concepts like the Great Reset as part of a broader trend aimed at keeping people dependent on a larger system. And look, regardless of your politics, the economic reality of decreasing individual ownership is absolutely reshaping our landscape. And here's the very real, very alarming consequence of that system. 58% of Americans are currently living paycheck to paycheck. If you stay in this stagnation stage for too long, just playing it safe and accepting that slow progress, this is exactly the statistic you risk becoming a permanent part of. So how do we actually break out? Step 1 is immediate action. Track every single dollar you spend and automate your savings. I absolutely love the practical advice the source gives here. They say, look, if your Xbox is smart enough to automatically save your game progress, you should definitely be automating the saving of your funds to get that baseline financial control. Makes total sense, right? Which brings us up to stage 2, igniting your financial engine. Believe it or not, over half of people literally never make it to this point. Why? Because once you start trying to break out, you slam into 2 major roadblocks: unsupportive friends and the silent thief of inflation. You know, when you change your habits, friends might subconsciously try to drag you back down to their level so they don't have to face their own stagnation. And on top of that, keeping your newly saved cash in a standard bank account just lets inflation quietly eat away its purchasing power. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what we mean. Say you save $5,000 in a regular account. Over 20 years, with just a 2.5% inflation rate, its purchasing power drops to around $3,000. But if you invest that exact same $5,000 into an S&P 500 index fund at a 7% return, compounding interest grows it to over $20,000. It is a night and day contrast between letting the system shrink your wealth and actually putting your money to work for you. All right, once that engine is fired up, we hit stage 3, accelerating with the 3 C's. Here's the hard truth, though. What got you out of stagnation won't be enough to carry you to total freedom. To really put your foot on the gas, the source outlines 3 essential C's. First, cash flow, starting a side hustle to get immediate fuel for investing. Second, connections, networking with ambitious peers who actually get it. And third, confidence, having the guts to step out of your comfort zone and take calculated risks. Master those, and we graduate to stage 4, expanding wealth through assets. So the crucial point is this. It might take, 8 to 10 years of grinding to reach this level, but this is where your wealth starts shifting into exponential growth. Why? Because of the fundamental difference between assets and liabilities. Assets literally put money into your pockets. Liabilities, like buying a flashy car you can't truly afford, those aggressively drain your wealth. You've got to completely shift your focus away from liabilities. So what do true assets actually look like in practice? Well, the source gives us some crystal clear examples. Rental properties that bring in reliable monthly cash flow, dividend-paying stocks, and even highly useful, monetizable skills that make you indispensable to businesses. At this expansion stage, every single dollar you invest has to have a specific, aggressive purpose designed to bring you closer to total freedom. Now, as you're acquiring these assets, you've basically got two distinct paths. You can go with diversification, which is honestly the safer, smarter route for beginners, just spreading your risk across multiple asset classes. Or, as you gain really deep expertise, you might pivot to high conviction plays. This involves concentrating your resources heavily on a few investments you understand inside and out. It carries way higher risk, but the source notes that billionaires like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos used exactly these kinds of high conviction plays to build their massive, world-changing wealth.
Which brings us to the final summit, Stage 5, Achieving True Financial Mastery. This is the promised land where your assets are fully funding your life. But what's truly fascinating here is that mastery isn't just about sipping drinks on a beach. The entire focus shifts. Instead of just accumulating cash, you're reinvesting to preserve your wealth, you're mentoring others, and you're leaving a legacy. The source really emphasizes that icons like Warren Buffett and Oprah Winfrey understand that this final stage is fundamentally about managing wealth and giving back. I absolutely love this quote from the source material, and I really want to highlight it here. Mastery is about more than just money. It's about achieving true freedom. That really hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It summarizes the entire purpose behind this 5-stage ladder. The ultimate goal isn't just seeing a big number in a banking app. It's total freedom over your time. It's the freedom to pursue your genuine passions without asking permission, and the freedom to build a life you don't desperately need a vacation from. Which brings us to the single most important question of this entire explainer, and I'm looking right at you. Are you ready to take control of your financial future and take that very first step? The journey up this ladder is not going to be easy, and it definitely won't happen overnight. But breaking out of that trap of stagnation begins with one single calculated choice you make today. Thanks so much for hanging out and learning with me today on The Explainer. Keep climbing, and I'll see you next time.